So we're going to start today with oming. Oming is really good for grounding and, it dispels any blocked energy and that. And we oftentimes om at the end of class. It's really nice to om at the beginning of class to kind of set the vibration and tone for what the movement is going to feel like. And so we'll find our sit bones and drop nice and tall. We'll set the intention of, I am part of life's joyful sound. So the idea is that we're going to open our fifth chakra. This is not only for speaking our own truth with loving grace, but allowing ourselves to be heard. Not only for others to hear us, but for ourselves to hear us as well. Because oftentimes we tell ourselves things, but we don't hear them. So close your eyes. We're going to take 3 deep inhales and exhales. You can bring your hands to your heart if you like, or leave them on your knees. Nice deep inhale in. And blow it out. 2 more. And we're going to om for 5 times. And it'll just be a continuous om. So deep inhale in, exhale out. And it doesn't matter if I'm beginning or ending, but just om at your own pace. Deep inhale in. Exhaling out. Inhale to om. Finding the breath, allowing it to move in and out, feeling the vibration. Noticing where your shoulders are. Slight tip of the chin lengthening long through the crown. Feeling the belly button drop back and lifting up, creating a nice strong foundation for seated easy pose. Allowing your hands to fly open and down to receiving. Thumb connects with the first finger and finds your breath. Knowing that any time during practice today that child's pose, easy pose, resting pose is welcome and encouraged. Still following your breath. Feeling as the vibration moves through you, what does it feel like to have the openness and clearing happen through the voice? On the next inhale, inhaling the hands up overhead, nice deep inhale. Reaching high with the left hand. Coming down, reaching high with the right hand. Again, reaching up, following the breath. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, lengthening. So slowing this down, making it a little bigger, bringing that arm down as if you're drawing the energy down from your hand. Inhaling up. Exhaling, switching sides. Feel the lateral side body begin to open. So in doing this, drawing the hands down, we're also beginning to pump the lymphatic system. There's lymph nodes under the arms. This helps drain the head. So imagine that as you're pulling down through the arms, that the lymph nodes under the arms are being stimulated. So any fluid that might be trapped in the arms, might be trapped in the neck, might be trapped in the face, will drain down into the main vessel, giving the body an opportunity to clear it. Clear it in its own space and time. And 2 more each side. Nicely done, bringing that other arm down as if your hands are in soft fists, elbows are pulled back, opening the heart. We're going to inhale, reaching out as if we're taking a tea tray, and exhale, drawing it back in. Feel those shoulder blades come together. Again, working the lymph nodes through the axillary, which is the armpit. Inhaling out, exhaling back. Really feel those shoulder blades come together. One more, then we're going to switch it up. We're going to add a little more power to it, holding back, flipping the fist over, and punching it out. So belly buttons into the spine, bringing a twist into this. You begin to feel the energy clear. You need some tissue, you okay? Little short breaths. Deepening it in. Bring those shoulders into it. Keep them down. Mine are wanting to rise up near my ears. 5 more each side. 4. And last one. Slowing it down, bringing it in, bringing those elbows back. Hands down to the knees. Draw up tall. Feel the energy. Notice the movement in the body. Nice deep inhale in, inhaling up, exhaling, twisting to the right. Engage that belly button to the spine, twisting around, dropping out of the shoulders. So draw those shoulder blades together, even though the elbows aren't back. And if you begin to lean back on your hand, encourage yourself to stay forward into the hip girdle. Looking over that shoulder, breathing into it. One more breath. Nicely done. Deep inhale, inhaling up. Hands up overhead, exhaling the other direction. Deepening down into it. Pressing into the floor with that back hand. Finding your edge. Where's your edge? So my edge today wants to be to lean back. So I need to encourage to lean forward. Lean into that pelvic bowl. Draw that belly button to the spine. Look over your shoulder. Find your breath. Nicely done. Inhaling, turning back to center. Inhaling those hands up overhead. Exhaling the arms down. We'll do 2 more of these just to give the shoulder joint some movement. Inhaling up, exhaling down. One more time. Inhaling up, Exhaling down, nicely done. We're gonna move right into tabletop. Take a note where your blocks are. Take a minute and just bring them kind of to the front of your mat so that you can easily access them as we move through today's practice. Finding our tabletop with our hands spread wide, the knees underneath our pelvis, and then engage that belly button to the spine and feel that tailbone drop down. Draw the shoulders back, lengthen long through the crown, and then begin to move in cat-cow. Inhaling as you drop down. Exhaling as you go back. Find that connection to your breath. Close your eyes. What's happening on the inside? Exhale. Can you still feel the vibration of Om? And if not, you can always invite one into the practice on the exhale. Om. Breathing in the vibration, knowing that your inhale and exhale may be slower than mine, might be shorter than mine. So the beauty of cat-cow is that it keeps our spine flexible. It keeps the front muscles and the back muscles pliable, flexible, open. One more breath all the way in. And all the way out. Lengthening through that right arm, reach it out, and then bring it out to the side and thread it underneath your other arm, coming down into a shoulder twist, laying back on your shoulder, softening into this, letting the twist be what it is for you. For me today, it's about my kidneys, my adrenals, opening my back heart space, opening to loving what is behind me. Breathe into it. There's no changing what's behind you. You just simply have to love it the way it is. Find your breath. Engage that core. Belly button to the spine, lifting up. Slide that tailbone down. Feel the strength. On the next inhale, pressing back up, opening that arm wide, all the way wide. 3 breaths. And exhale, coming down. Let's have 3 cat-cows just so we can feel the change. Notice how it's different, the left side to the right side. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. And exhaling all the way out. Inhaling long into the crown. Reach that arm out to the side and then scoop it underneath, coming into threading the needle on the other side. For me, it's the left side. It might be the opposite side for you. It doesn't matter. Feel how this affects the body on this side. On this side, I can feel it in my intestinal tract, helping me to digest not only what I've consumed, but also my life. Digestion is more than about eating. It's about digesting our life, the path we've chosen, the path we're on. still cat-cowing. Linda's still cat-cowing here, so there's that. All right, here we go. So on the next cow, pause and cow. And feel that belly button drop. Keep breathing. Feel it drop. Imagine that spine opening to the front. And then as you begin to exhale on your next exhale, roll up, rolling up slowly. And we're going to do the same thing in cat. Up into cat. Now, from right here in cat, belly button comes up to the spine. Do a slight lean back, as if you're going to lean back onto your calves, but you're not going to. Ooh, I'm having a spasm in my belly. So you can have a Charlie horse anywhere. Mine happens to be right here today. So keep leaning back. Opening the back muscles actually helps to soften the front muscles. And then lean back forward in the tabletop, finding your full tabletop, lowering down onto your elbows. Now, remember that as we move through today's practice, that if you need to go to child's pose or back to cat-cow, do that. So right here, let your head drop down. Shake it, yes, shake it, no. This might be your posture today, right here on your knees, leaning back, letting your heart drop to your knees. So this is level 1. So if you're not feeling well, you might want to just work right here. Level 2 is to curl your toes under and lift up into your heels, but keep your knees bent, okay? So you can work here, keeping your knees bent. Level 3 is to walk in and drop back into dolphin. Ooh, my shoulders are tight today. Breathing into it, finding your breath. Shaking your head, no. Shaking it, yes. Stay here, breathing into it. Okay, we're still connected, that's good. Breathing into it. And then lowering those knees down, leaning back over into a folded over child's pose. The knees are still together. This is about opening the back body. Opening across the back through the kidneys. So you can hear my knee, I'm beginning to clear. A lot of times it happens when there's a lot of lymph buildup. It'll want to clear, it'll go to the lungs, and we begin coughing. Know that it's okay to cough and clear it out. Letting it drain. See if you can sink back a little deeper into your knees. Be mindful if you cannot, not to do it. And then inhaling, coming back up, coming onto the elbows. This time we're going to straighten the legs out, coming into a low plank. Right here. Belly button to the spine. Tailbone sliding down your back. Feel the strength. See if you can be here for 3 breaths before you lower your knees. But if you do lower your knees, keep your bottom down. And then rise that back body up, coming back into dolphin, walk those feet in, or going to child's. Either way. Okay? Okay. Breathing into it. Draw those heels together, open the knees, sink as far back into child as you can go. Sink back, sink back, sink back. Feel the softening of the body. So child's pose is an interesting pose. You can really feel where you're hanging on in your stepping forward in life. So energetically speaking, if it's hard for you to sink back into child's pose because the quads are tight or your hips are tight, this is all about movement forward. When we're hanging on in the lower body, it's about hanging on to moving forward in life. And you can see that I'm hanging on pretty darn tight because I'm not sinking low at all today. Keep breathing into it, and it's okay if you're not sinking. Just notice. See if there's one more layer of something that you can possibly release. One more layer of holding that is no longer serving. On the next inhale, we're gonna rise back up onto our elbows. We're gonna do one more round of plank and then to dolphin, and then we'll be done with these. So feet are out, belly buttons up to the spine, lengthening through the ground, breathing into it. Feel that center of your body be strong. Feel that belly button lift to the spine, tailbone slide down, breathing into it. One more breath, lift it up, exhaling back into dolphin. Walk those feet in about one step. Your heels will not go to the floor here unless you're really, really stretchy. That's okay. Draw those heels in, open the knees, and sink all the way back, all the way back, all the way back. Keep going a little bit lower if you have the space. Notice where the body talks to you. I have a new awareness. Used to be in the top of my legs, now it's in my right side of my back. Isn't it interesting how the messages move? Your body knows. There's a wisdom in the body that nobody else can give you. Breathing into it. Nicely done. Inhaling, rising back up, coming back into tabletop. We're going to bring our right foot forward, curl that left toe, and lift up and step into forward fold. This is a great place to just open your blocks up if you have them so that they're near your hands. And we're going to drop all the way down, let go of everything, including your arms. Hook your arms into your elbows. Begin to let them just rock gently side to side. It may not be gently, you can bring your hips into it. Begin to feel things open. And on the next inhale, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Inhaling all the way up into tall mountain. Looking up to the sky without dropping your head back. So lengthen through the crown and then just a slight tip up, as if you're giving thanks to the sky, to the sun. Breathe into it. Feel that belly button draw back, lift up, tailbone slide down. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhaling, rolling up, as if you're bringing up the strength from the earth and offering it up to the heavens. And then swan dive forward, creating a nice, beautiful circle of energy. So feel your feet connect into the earth as you draw up earth energy, bringing it up into the body, offering it up. The spirits of the sky, exhaling down. One more time. Drawing up that energy, bringing it up. Feeling the strength and the solidness and connecting to the earth and standing. Standing tall, tall mountain, drop out of your shoulders, tailbone sliding down, belly button back, lengthening through the crown. Lift those toes up. Are you gripping the earth? Set the little toe down. Fourth toe, third toe, second one. Breathe into it. Feel the strength in tall mountain. Notice are you spending a lot of effort holding your hands up, holding your arms up? If you are, move them around a little bit. See where the posture begins to hold you. Where are you able to just soften into your feet? And all the power comes from the feet, up your body, through your arms, into this tall, powerful move. Breathing into it. turning those hands away from you, exhaling, lowering them down slowly, almost as if you're moving the atmosphere away from you. Open those arms wide, coming into a T position, right here, T. Lengthen the arms away. And then continue the journey down. Lowering them down low, slowly, gently. Where are you holding on? What is possible to let go of that is not needed in this movement? Coming back down, hands facing forward, coming into tall mountain. Connecting with the earth. Take a nice deep breath in. Let it out. Remembering the vibration of Om, taking a deep breath in, oming it out. Noticing how, when we're standing versus sitting, how does Om show up? How does your voice come into your body? Just notice. It doesn't matter. It's noticing. Release the hands, release everything. Shake it out a little bit. And then hands on your hip. We're going to step our left foot back, straight back behind us. And then we're going to just spin open. We're preparing for triangle. So did I say left? Do your other one. Do your right foot back so you're facing me. There you go. So I've been teaching on camera long enough that I've forgotten to teach opposite. So here we are, preparing for triangle. Hands come up. It's funny you would mention leaving you in triangle because that was on the plan today. So we're going to hinge at the hips and then tip. Now, this is less about going down. Let it be about hinging and tipping. Let the openings come slowly, gently, in their own time. And then if there's space to go down, allow it to happen. Find a point and look at it. Finding balance in the body. Nowhere to go. Nothing to do. Two more breaths, you can do it. And then lifting up, coming out of that, exhaling the arms down. And with your feet, just spin them around the same direction so that you're still facing me. Open those hands up, but we've switched sides. Hinge at the hips. Where do you feel this? Tip in the body. Where do you feel this? Double check. Is that belly button back and lifting? Spine, tailbone going down. Nowhere to go. Nothing to do. Breathing into it. Allowing triangle to open you in its own way. One more breath. Inhaling, lifting up, tipping out of it, hands come down, spinning forward, spinning back to the other side. We're going to do the other side again. So this time, let's focus on the lower body. So no arms. Let your hand come to the front. Let your other hand come to the back. Slide that tailbone down. Really feel that pelvis tilting. Then hinge at the hips and slide. So notice how when you do this, it gives you the sense of where you lose your core. I lose it about halfway through. So remind the body to lift that belly button back and lift, grow long in the crown. So from right here, all you have to do is drop the hand down, lift the arm up. Keep that pelvis. Makes a difference, doesn't it? Yeah. So when you have that core engaged like that, it makes it easier to stay in this even plane of support. Two more breaths. Last one. Did you feel your head just drain? Yeah. Inhaling, coming up and tipping out of it. Exhaling the hands down. So we're going to spin around and we're going to do the same thing because it's interesting when we switch sides, we'll be stronger on one side than the other side. So the hand behind you, so switch hands. So the back leg hand is behind you, the front leg hand is in front of you, and we're going to engage that core and then hinge at the hips. And see where you lose it. Pull that belly button back, lift it up, slide that tailbone down, lengthen through the crown. When you're at your point of no more, let your hand come down, let your hand come up. Breathe into it. Feel the strength. Remember to keep the core involved. Notice if something else begins to engage. Are your quads engaging? Are you lifting up? That's good. Are your glutes engaging? What would it feel like to soften them? Give your pelvis some space to open. 2 more breaths. And inhale, coming up. Exhaling, hands come down, feet come forward. Hands come around behind you, clasping your hands. If you can't clasp your hands behind you, this is a great place to add a strap. And then press them down. This is going to open the heart. Engage that belly button to the spine, tailbone down to the floor. So I'm going to turn sideways so you can see kind of what happened here. Hands are down, okay? Hands go down. My core is not engaged now. Now it is, okay? See that deep sliding down of, so that's where we're starting, right there. So core is engaged. And then we're gonna lead with our heart and dive straight forward. As we're diving, lift your hands up off your back and let them come up over your head. Well, they're probably not gonna come over your head, but that's the direction you want them to go. Keeping that core engaged, that tailbone still sliding down. You may not bend as far forward, but the low back is protected. Breathing into it. Lift those arms up like you're going to touch the ceiling. Feel that heart open. Feel those shoulder blades come together. So this is great for the ribs. Keep sinking. 2 more breaths. And on the next inhale, as if somebody's taking a hold of your hands and lifting you straight up. Coming straight up and out of it. Lowering those hands down. Releasing them out. Bringing them around. Palms come together. So the palms are pressing together and now they're going to press down. So we did our hands one direction, so now we're doing the opposite. This actually opens the forearms. Can you see how open my shoulders I am today? Wow. Nice demonstration there. Breathe into it. All right, here we go. Releasing them down, bringing them back behind you. Now, if you can do that same prayer position behind you, do that. I can't do it, but it's an option for people. I'm going to grab my opposite elbows with my hands. So this is going to deepen the opening of the front of the body. We're going to inhale. We're going to engage that pelvic floor and roll forward. Lift that belly button to the spine. Lift those hands off your back. Mine are barely off my back. So sometimes this is such a deep posture for the arms that you will begin to lose it and it'll just rest on your back, and that's okay because this is really about the front of the body. Breathing into it. Now slowly begin to let go of the arms. Open them out wide. We're still forward. Bringing them onto the floor, letting that left hand go in front of your face on the floor, and spin open the right hand, coming into a little twist. Feel how the ribs move. Feel how much more space there is. Breathing into it. Nicely done. Inhaling, exhaling, we're switching hands. So just switch hands, engage that belly button to the spine, spinning open. Sinking back into those hips. Finding your breath. Nicely done. Inhaling, exhaling, coming down. Both hands on the floor. Connecting with the earth. Palms connect with the earth. Feet connect with the earth. Drop out of the head. Two more breaths. Nicely done. Hands come to the hips. Engage that belly button to the spine, coming all the way up. You can jump or walk your feet in. I'm gently walking my feet in today. Preparing for balance. So we're just gonna simply do tree today. Tree is a good one for all of us. You may add your arms if you want. So as you're ready, pour into your left foot. We're gonna start non-dominant today. Pour into your left foot. Feel that belly button really come back and lift up. Tailbone down. And arms are optional. Some people find that it's easier to be in tree with their arms. Some find it easier to balance with their hands on their hips. I'm hanging out with my hands on my hips today. Find your breath. Three more. You can stay with it or not. And on the last one, come out of your arms first and then step out of tree. Yes. So my shirt says create balance. I'm working on that today. So open those hips up. And as you're ready, come back into standing mountain. Pour into that right foot. Notice how the right foot is different in supporting you. For me, it depends upon the day. Some days my right side is more balanced. Some days my left side is more balanced. Some days there is no balance. And then I remember to draw my belly button in and lift up, slide that tailbone down, and the balance drops in, supporting from the center of the body. Staying with it, 3 more breaths. Last one, stepping out of it. Bring some circles into those hips. Circle joints. Reverse it, other way. Circle joints. Nicely done. Stepping to the front of the mat. We're going to take a nice deep inhale, inhaling the hands up overhead. Exhaling, swan diving all the way down to the floor. All the way down to sitting on your bottom. Legs out in front of you. Reach down and take a block if you have one, and just Put it at the end of your feet as if it's going to be the wall, like your feet are gonna rest up against. So this is something that's super challenging for me to do because it forces you to remember to keep your feet engaged. So when my feet relax against the block wants to tip over. So if I just have it there reminding me to keep those feet engaged, engage those quads, find your sit bones, take a nice deep inhale in, exhale, swan dive forward. Breathe into it. Notice how when we've done all the work that we've done to get here, it makes the reach less challenging. Lengthening through the heels, lengthening through the crown, supporting through the center. Nicely done, nice deep inhale coming up, exhaling the hands down, walking those feet into standing. All right, some of you are going to be able to roll down unsupported, and that's an option, or you can support behind your knees. All right, so hands this side, we're going to roll straight down, and then come straight back up. And we're going all the way. So if that's challenging for you and you feel unsafe, let yourself support by hanging onto your legs, okay? So you can walk your feet in closer. They can be further out. It's more challenging if they're further out. The trick here is to let that belly button connect to the spine. Your low back is connecting to the mat. We're only going to do 2 more of these, so if you want to stay down, you can. And last one. Woo, the last one was challenging. And all the way down. Hands up overhead. Walk the feet in. So from right here, feet are hip distance apart. Knees are engaged. If you want to put a block between your knees, you can. Take a nice deep inhale, reach those hands away from you. Feel that exhale, the belly button goes to the floor. Nice deep inhale, reach. Exhale, hands come up and over and come down to the floor. Back is still connected to the earth. Lengthen through your crown, and on the next inhale, press through the feet and lift up into bridge. Find your breath. On the next inhale, lift a little higher. Bring those glutes into it. You can connect your hands underneath your body if you want. Don't have to, but it's an option. Breathing into it. Now, even though you're pressing under your feet and lifting up, the belly button can still be working down to the spine. On the next inhale, lift a little higher. 3 more breaths. Release the hands, 2 more breaths. Last one, roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. Bring those knees in, lift them straight up. Pull those legs in. As if you're in Dandasana, but lying on your back. Toes are optional. Behind the shins, lengthen through the heels. Release the knees to the chest. Give yourself a little rocking, a little movement. Now, keep your eyes closed. Feel the movement take you on a journey into meditation and motion. What does your body need now? And so for those of you who've never done meditation and motion, this is a journey of following the body instead of the mind. And the body will begin to show you what it needs. And it may or may not be a traditional yoga pose. It might be something that your body just simply needs. It might be stillness. The body sometimes needs stillness. Honor that, if that's what it is. It might be need twisting. We didn't do any downward dogs today, so it might actually need a downward facing dog. No judgment. Allow it to be what it is. You're going to journey through this for 5 more breaths. So as your mind is counting the breaths, let your body show you the way. And then as your count becomes to 1, find yourself with your knees in your chest, rocking side to side. It's a beautiful journey to begin to learn to trust the body. The first time anybody does meditation and motion, they're like, oh, I'm going to just stay in bridge. That's safe. I don't know what to do. And you know what? That's a perfectly acceptable part of the journey. And then one day, you begin to follow what the body needs. And all of a sudden, you're finding a courage inside yourself you didn't know you had. Lengthening through the left foot, let the foot land on the mat in standing. Bring the right foot over and cross the leg, just as if you're sitting with your legs crossed. Now, this may or may not work for you. If it's like this, that's okay. Do that. Open the arms into a T position, and then let your body begin to cross that right knee over and drop into this deep twist. So as you prepare to go to twist, you always want to engage the core to support the low back. And as you arrive in this twist, there's a softening that happens. Because you have the weight of the leg pulling your other leg over, you can just let go. Allow the twist to happen however it needs to. And if you want to deepen it, turn your head and look to the opposite hand. Find your breath. Inhaling, turning your head back to center. Engage your core and bring that center of the body back to standing. Uncross that right knee, cross the left knee over. Belly button to the floor and lifting, and then allow the knees to travel the other direction. Now I'm a little tighter on this side, so I don't go quite as deep. That's okay, it's just a noticing. Make any adjustments that you might need to feel yourself soften into this posture. Soften into it. Turning and looking the opposite direction. Breathing into it. Know where to go. Nothing to do. Allowing the body to open in its time. Inhaling, drawing your nose back to center. Engaging the body, bringing it back to center. Scoop those knees in. Let's have one more deep hug. Rocking side to side. Asking the body, oh great wise body, is there anything else that I need today to complete this? Following what it asks for. And then as you're ready, lengthen through the right leg. Lengthen through the left leg. Feel if lying flat on the floor fits into your practice today. Notice if you need a blanket. If you do, feel free to grab one and cover up. Softening into the floor. Nowhere to go. Nothing to do. Feeling the eyes grow heavy and the breath grow shallow as we drop into this final posture of Shavasana. Waking up. Waking up is life-changing. At times, it is a gentle step into the new day. And then there's the earth moving, bone rattling, changing, jarring of reality. What is the same is waking up. It is a new day, an opportunity to heal, regroup, be awake. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. And as you're ready, come back to now. Hands to your heart. We're going to end with the same 5 ohms. that we began with. And the intention of I am part of life's joyful sound. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale it all the way. Deep breath into Om. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. May peace go with you in your day today. Namaste.
Namaste.